Checker flags out. P20.
Entries. Yeah, you're not in my one. I'm car 13, so on an American server, which is annoying.
I appear to be car number 1.
Oh, there you go. You probably just missed out on this one. That'll be it. You've literally missed out. And there's only 19 people in this race. That's annoying. Anyway, that means you've got that's not ideal for you because that means you've got the most to lose because you're expected to win.
Is it?
Yeah. Basically,
That's never happened in the history of Iron.
Well, no.
Racing.
Yeah, but it's just maths. It's just how the splits work. But you've got the highest I rating, so basically, if you finish last, you lose more points than anybody else would if they finish last. If you finish first, you gain less points than anybody else would if they finish first. I won't worry about it. It's not. You're all so close.
What you're saying is it's a lose-lose.
No, it's because I think the other thing, there's an algorithm which I've never really understood, but I think if you're all on top of each other in terms of I rating, the difference is marginal. It might just be like 1 point. I mean, I'm looking at my split, and everybody's 1.3k, like everyone, and I'm car 12. But anyway, qualify. Need to qualify. Pay attention. Only got 8 minutes. Right. Good luck.
Cheers.
All right, Matt. We've got 2 laps to get the job done, mate. The track temp's increasing. It's now 27 Celsius.
Green.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 29 Celsius.
Okay, here comes your first timed lap.
The leader has just done a 220.03.
One more lap.
P5, you've just done a 220.69. The leader has just done a 219.64. That's a new fastest lap for Lira, 219.64. The guy behind has just done a 220.69. New fastest lap for Crawford, 219.54.
There's the flag. It's over.
That's the end of the session. You're on pole. Well done.
How'd you do?
14th. Though I cocked up the end of the first lap, which cocked up the start of the second.
Oh, that's annoying. So you kind of
Like literally
compromise
coming
both.
out of the last chicane where the pit exit entrance is. Sorry.
Yeah.
As I turned onto the start straight, I lit up the rear wheels.
Oh no.
So I had to come off the accelerator, and then when I put my foot back on the accelerator, I lit them up for a second time. So I was kind of like blah, 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 and then I was like, okay. Then I started moving forwards. So that compromised the start of the second lap as well.
Yeah, limited practice is the thing there, isn't it? Basically. What's my? Where's?
Yeah.
Have I got a mute button? Yeah, I have. That one. Okay. My gears went after the bus stop,
Exactly.
but before my first lap. But I was on the start-finish straight,
Check,
so
check.
it buggered up my start of the first lap. So first lap was no good, and I had to rely on the second one.
One lap to green. Line up on the right
60
side.
seconds.
The estimated
I'm just
strength of
hoping that
field
doesn't
is
happen in the race.
1,334. Pit road
Yes.
is closed. Tight field today. Look for opportunity. Still waiting on 2 cars to grid. Waiting on the final car to grid.
Oh, looks like somebody's keeping us waiting till the end.
Yeah, that's annoying.
10 seconds.
We've got that as well.
It's fixed setup. What are you doing?
That's pole. Cold tyres
They
all
probably
round.
just want to start in the pits, but they don't know that if they join the grid or do ready to go, that they could make everybody go quicker. I don't know, some people just line up.
Yeah.
This is a rolling start. Stay in the pole row in the right column. The safety car speed is 75 kilometers per hour.
I guess this will be starting down the hill.
Yeah, I think so. If the practice we did last week was correct, that's what I'm expecting. It is the endurance setup, so it is that. I know it's that. It is that.
Yeah.
Get ready, going green. Pace car is
Okay,
off.
Matt.
Seems
Get
fairly
ready.
accurate at the minute with everyone booting it down the straight. And then braking. So it's going to go green round the corner.
Green flag,
Green,
green
green.
flag.
Good start, mate.
There's an incident behind.
The gap to Crawford behind is increasing. It's now 1.3. gap to Crawford behind is increasing. It's now 2.8. Okay, Matt, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes. The gap to Crawford behind is now 3.4.
Jesus, nearly got taken out in the bus stop.
Well done for not.
Guy missed his braking point by a mile.
The gap to Crawford behind is increasing. It's now 3.9. You're in the lead. Okay, Matt, 10 minutes to go. That's
We're
10
in a great
minutes left.
spot
We like
with
this.
hardware.
Keep doing it. The gap behind is now 4.2. Okay, Matt, halfway home, fuel's good.
Starting to kick off.
Stay out of trouble, stay out of trouble.
You've used half your fuel. The track temp's increasing. It's now 28 Celsius. into P2. Behind is now 4.9.
Five
Come
minutes
on,
to
Matt.
go.
Just 5 minutes left. Hold your nerve. We can win this.
You've got about 5 laps of fuel left.
The gap to Crawford behind is now 4.9 seconds. There's an incident in bus stop. We think it might be Maximus. Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
1 more lap to win.
Come on, Matt. 1 more lap. Keep it together. We'll win this. Alright, Matt, the next car is a lap behind. This driver's not got a good reputation. Be careful here. Well done, mate. You made them all look silly today. That's
You
the end
won.
of the session.
You deserve that win. Well done.
Finished.
Very safe.
Good race, folks.
Are you there?
Right,
Finished or no?
I have finished.
How do you get on?
Oh, 7th.
All right, pretty good. Any X's?
Went off the track 4 times.
But no 4 X's.
No. Usual places, I think it was 2 at Eau Rouge and 2 at that sweeping left-hander about 2/3 of the way around the track.
Oh yeah. Yeah, particularly on the first lap, it's a bit sketchy. Almost the same.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, I went from 14th to 8th on the first lap through Eau Rouge and then the chicane, the right left afterwards. Absolute chaos. It was just like a sea of smoke. I just backed off massively, but then there was still cars crashing and coming back on the track, and then the cars hit each other. I'm just watching it now. They hit each other on the straight as well.
Oh, God.
That was absolute chaos.
Good race though. It sounds like, you know, overall.
I'm hot now.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely racing sweating.
Well, to be fair, there was no let up in that. I had like a line of cars behind me for pretty much the whole race.
That's what you want. That's what you want.
I want to be at the back of that line.
No, you don't.
No
You've
pressure.
got to get used to being chased down. Or at least pursued.
Yeah. So it always gets me in iRacing. You look at the car ahead of you, and it says like, I don't know, you're 1 second behind it, and there's like a nice big gap. And then like your mirror shows you as like, you know, the car behind you is it looks like it's a dot on the horizon, and then the clock says it's 0.5, and it's like, well, he must be closer than what I can see from the car in front.
So you can stop that from happening. So the default position is that the field of view in the rear view mirror is set wide, so you can see more to the left and right. If you set the field,
Yeah, I'll probably need that. I've only got one screen.
Yeah, no, which is fair enough. So that's why that's happening. If you set the field of view in the rear view mirror to the same field of view that you've got forwards, then you don't get that zoom effect.
I mean, to be fair, the zoom effects kind of takes the pressure off a bit because it looks like they're nowhere near you.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah, they would look further back, wouldn't they? If you stretched it wide, they would look smaller in the middle, so that must be right. They'd look further back.
Yeah. But yeah, some overtaking happened. It was just on those last 2 laps. There was a couple of cars in front of me that were a little bit quicker than me, not by much, but every lap they were a little bit quicker.
Yeah, that matters. That matters, doesn't it? That adds up.
And then, I know they were getting away, but then they had a bit of a tussle into the bus stop and suddenly ended up right in front of me, but still scrapping.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no. but then I started getting pushed back into the cars behind me because those two were having a ding dong, trying to sort each other out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just going to wait for you guys one of you to kill each other, and which they kind of didn't, but yeah, one of them made a bit of a mistake and clipped a wall a bit, but then ended up behind. Well, still had to overtake him, but Yeah, it was a bit dicey into the bus stop then. I wasn't sure they were going to let me go because I was alongside, but not right alongside.
Yeah.
But they did, because I think they appreciated the fact that I didn't rear end them coming through that left-hander, because they were going a lot slower and I backed off, so I didn't kill them.
Yeah. Like to do that. So what's it saying in terms of I rating then?
Do I check the app for that? Because I'm still watching.
Oh no, yeah, don't worry. Yeah, you can. Oh yeah, you're still watching it and you're running it. Yeah, check the app. That's the best way of doing it. Although the results might not be in there. I was thinking Race Lab app on mine. I've got a standings thing on it which shows me what it's predicted in terms of I rate and movement.
Don't know. It said something like plus 30 or 42 on the iRacing thing itself.
That sounds about right.
Thereabouts. And I didn't hit any of the cars. It was just 4 off tracks.
Yeah, that's good. Although it's only 20 laps, although there's quite a lot of corners in this race, so you probably will get some positive safety rating, but not loads.
Yeah. Yeah, just watching the guy that he did. I was in 8th for quite a long time. The guy that was in 9th, I did let him go past me eventually because he was quicker, but he was massively erratic. Like, he was catching me up, then he'd go in over a load of grass and gravel and drop back and then catch me up again. And he was doing that quite a bit.
Well, he might
so when he caught me up, I thought I'd just let him go.
Yeah, if he's going to rear end you or something, you might as well do that.
Yeah, well, it was him that caught up the yellow car in front of me eventually and started having a bash. That's what brought them back to me because they started fighting.
Yeah, I've had that
SpongeBob from
in a few times in the old F3. You let somebody coming up behind you is just like absolutely sending it into the corner, just like, sod it, I'll just let you go. Let them go, and then like 2 or 3 laps later, they've spun in front of you or something.
Yeah, but considering that was kind of...
Yeah, he did well.
I guess no practice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Because the car,
I could definitely tell where I was slow.
But you notice how different the car is though compared to the Merc. The Merc was like, it felt like it was bricking compared.
I felt like it was rear-wheel drive, and this it feels like front-wheel drive.
But this is rear-wheel drive, right? It's just really, it's a mid-engine. This is kind of mid-engine though, inverted commas, is it? It's a bit, whereas the other one's front engine. So
I thought they understood what's in this, unless it was just, I don't know whether the tyre model in iRacing was punishing me for hammering the front tyres and not driving it very well.
Did you say you understood more in this?
Yes.
No way. Really?
Yeah, loads more. Yeah, I was just basically waiting as I went around all the corners with like just the tyres screaming in agony. Certainly from like the last half of the race. But then I didn't know whether that was like,
but you
by design.
But you're doing Eau Rouge flat out, presumably.
From 3rd lap onwards, yeah.
Yeah, but so you're never doing that in the Merc. It suggests that the front end is not turning in as much. I'd have thought. I don't know. Like I know what I'm talking about, or not.
It felt more understeery in the rest of the track anyway. Don't know. But yeah, definitely the bit where you after Eau Rouge, you go up the main straight up the hill, right, left, and then there's another right, and the tight right, I seem to just hang around in that for ages, and everyone catches me up.
Oh, the hairpin.
So I either go slow,
the downhill hairpin bit.
Yeah, I either go wide and everyone catches me up, or I go slow and hug the inside and everyone catches me up.
It's like a halfway.
But whatever I do, everyone catches me up.
You have to brake. I think the trick on that one is you have to brake heavily to start with going into the corner. Probably as heavily as you are, not heavily, but probably as heavily as you are. But then you have to come off the brake a bit, but don't change down. Almost like leave it in second for a bit longer, and maybe don't hug it as tight, but allow it to go a bit further. Then change down to first, then go on the power. You have to like let the car coast a little bit, probably in the I don't know, the second quarter of the corner. Call it that. If you were to divide the corner into 4, the second quarter you can come off the brakes a bit, I think.
Yeah, I definitely think I've never been any good at trail braking. I'm definitely doing like lots of braking and then just jumping off it.
Yeah, that'll generate a whole load of understeer, because your front tyres obviously come up and they're the ones that are steering, and you just go sideways across the track. That is where having a fixed chair will make a world of difference, because you'll be able to come off the brake without your chair moving.
It would actually have to put more than 15% pressure on the brakes.
But you'll be able to control coming off a lot easier, because pressing down is pretty easy. It's coming off that's the problem, I think, because it's all in your ankle at the moment, and like you haven't really got a strong support back, and it's the last. Trail braking's all about the last less than 10% of the brake, right? So it's quite it's got to be quite precise. If your chair's moving,
To be fair, if I push the brake more than a centimetre, my chair comes off the floor.
Yeah, exactly. You need to get rigged, man. Get a rig. Or just get some nails and just hammer the chair into the floor in some way, shape or form. Get some like tent hooks. It's a little drill some holes in the metal legs, and then
I need to hook the chair to the stand somehow. But then, to be fair, the stand will probably move.
Just buy a stand, man. They're not that expensive. Yeah. Do it.
What I need to do is just have everyone on like dining room chairs.
Oh, everybody else? So it's fair.
Yeah.
Dining room chair race.
Basically, yes. If you haven't got the proper setup.
That could work. Maybe.
Yeah. And then you got a race for those that mounted it to the table.
Yeah. Single screen versus triples or ultra wides, or different things.
Yeah.
Controller versus I'm assuming that was on controller.
Yeah, to be fair, I hadn't really noticed that. It takes like hardly any pressure for my chair to move.
Yeah, you've obviously got used to it because you can drive it and you are driving it. So it's just to eke out the little tiny extra bits of percentage. I think you are definitely making it a lot harder for yourself than it would be if you had a fixed chair, fixed setup.
Well, not least because my chair is probably in a slightly different position every single time I drive.
Exactly.
Slightly different distance to the pedals.
Yeah, you're not driving the same setup, so you can't develop the muscle memory quite the same, can you?
Not really.
And it is all about muscle memory, because if you drove my setup and moved it after what you've just done, you wouldn't be able to drive this, because it'd be like, what the hell, it just feels entirely different. I know for a fact I wouldn't be able to get around a corner in yours.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to it all being very heavy and, not moving and whatever else.
Yeah.
It'd take me ages to get used to your setup.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's enough. Oh, I tell you what, let me just skip forward to where's my thing gone? So how many laps we did?
10 minutes.
So it's all going to go wrong for them in a moment. So how do we go back? What's this replay bit? Whatever happened to these guys?
I'm still pretty proud of my my homemade liveries. I don't see why more people don't do it, to be fair. You don't see many of them. What are you learning? I can't hear you now. You're still there. You're still there. Hello? Or is it me? I've disconnected. What?